Yeah, the turnaround on problems has greatly improved. You know, everybody knows if there is a problem, everybody knows it, and everybody starts working on it right away, and we can get an answer right back to them, you know, without having to drive out there, show them a drawing or whatever that we need to do. It's just all done right on the device.
Hey, Bob.
How you doing? Hey, I'm up here at Pier 6 Cap. Here, let me spin this around. I'll show you where we're at. We're a ways out from permit to place. We're just getting our cant strip installed, and we got some sensor monitors. But if you could verify some construction joints, I'd appreciate it.
Of course. Let me open up the plans.
The first one's 19 5/8 from east to west, and the second one is 45/5.
Perfect. Those are both good.
Excellent. Thank you so much.
I have a job file set up with all of our plans, the proposal.
I've got all the plans, proposals, all the forms, all of our manuals, everything right here.
I have all the manuals that we use, such as the density guide for doing density, or the concrete material source guide, all here. These usually come in a big book, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So all of these would take up the back of my truck.
Hit the bookmarks, pull up pretty much anything you want. It takes you straight there, which we are looking at sidewalk ramps. You can get whatever measurements, where to put your warning strips. Very slick.
It's really simple to bring up the plans, zoom in on a certain part that you're working on, you know, without having to drag out a set of prints, throw them on the hood of your truck or the tailgate. It's just, at least for me, that's been the best part of it.
You can snap a picture, turn it into a PDF, attach it to that MDOT form that we use to measure out all those items. It just gives you a visual reference of the numbers that you put into the form.
One of the advantages of having electronic forms is that they're immediately available to everybody on the project. We're able to share files between multiple staff members.
The field inspectors are able to, right from their vehicles, they can take pictures, they can scan documents, they can create their inspector daily reports, and that all gets transmitted right to ProjectWise, which I have access to in the office. So within seconds, I can see daily documents come in, and I can review them and have them filed away in the appropriate filing system.
I probably spend a fair amount of time filling out manual forms, probably about 2 to 3 hours a day, depending on the volume of work. From anything from concrete forms and pile records to wage rate interviews and sample ID tags. Filling the forms was very easy. You know, it took a little getting used to typing on the iPad and adjusting to it, but submitting forms was actually something that became a lot easier. It really cut down the amount of paper that I had to carry with me in my truck. I had to carry a lot of the forms with me, and now I'm able to basically have them all on a smart device, which basically has all the forms on it, as well as a spec book and a lot of our specifications, which makes it a lot easier to have that information with you out in the field.
It's overwhelming at first because you're going from papers to no papers, and you just got to make sure that you have all your documents. No, I think once you get a few weeks into it, things just roll, you know. And like I said, the contractors, they have iPads. We've been emailing documents back and forth. They've been signing some of our forms right on the iPad.
We need the contractor's signature. I'd have a paper copy. I'd have to fill it all out, get him to sign it. I will just have him sign it. I'd sign it, then I'd have to take it back to the office. I'd have to make a copy, bring it out to him the next day, give them a copy, and then also keep a copy for my personal files and one for MDOT's files. Digitally sign it and stick it into ProjectWise all from here.
So it's all done?
Absolutely.
And I think it's just going to keep getting better and better as people get a better grasp of it throughout the state, and technology keeps improving, and it's just really exciting.